Miles Morales. They really want you to think that he is Spider-Man, and they say it over and over and over again. So why is he taking a backseat in this film to Spider-Gwen? What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, hey, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all the socials. Okay, the merch store still got something working, going on. Hopefully, I'll be making an announcement for something new coming this week, so definitely stay tuned. A couple shout outs for Cannoli Sasquatch for his Monday show. Glad to be on there with White Bear, Vex Electronica, Copacabana, and also Shield Wall of Dragons. We were reviewing Joker. You should definitely go check that out because I do something a little special just for you guys. And another shout out. If any of you guys are fans of classic Looney Tunes cartoons, definitely check out Brandon Looney Tunes 2000. He is just a shade under 1,300 subs. I'm going to leave links to both their channels down below in the description. Definitely check them out. Okay. Across the Spider-Verse hit the box office last week. This is the sequel to 2018's Into the Spider-Verse, in which we are introduced to the big screen premiere debut of Miles Morales. Now, so far at the box office, it's doing very well. Its opening the weekend was just under $210 million. Which 120 came from the domestic market. To put that into perspective, Into the Spider-Verse, the 2018 film, its domestic opening the weekend was just over $35 million. So yeah, doing rather well. So kudos to that. Obviously, folks are going to see that. Obviously, some folks are enjoying it. I am not one of them. And I'm going to go over the premise and then stuff I liked, stuff I didn't like, and then my final thoughts. So, potential spoilers ahead. You've been warned. So, the story picks up about a year after the first film, where Miles is in the midst of balancing family, school, his secret identity, much the same as the first film, and he runs into a character called Spot, who Miles kind of dismisses and just basically calls a villain of the week. Well, not exactly. Turns out Spot can open dimensional portals, and his plan is a pretty simple revenge plan to get back at Miles for making him what he is. However, his dimensional powers are creating not only a danger to his world, but the multiverse at large. So Miles is reunited with his mentor, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, his friend and love interest, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, and we are introduced to Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, and Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, who later informs us that the threat to the multiverse is not Spot, it's Miles himself. So that's the basic premise of the film. Now, the things I did like. Some of the casting I thought was really good. Most notably, we have Haley Steinfeld as Gwen. You would know her from the True Grit, Bumblebee, where she also did the voice work in Arcane, and you would know her from Hawkeye. And as Miguel O'Hara, we have Oscar Isaac, who you definitely know from the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Moon Knight, and the first installment of the Dune film. Visually, this is a lot of the action set pieces. We're not gonna lie, really cool looking. You've got different worlds, and each of those different worlds has a different animation style. And again, so the characters look slightly different from world to world and stays consistent. Very cool looking. If you have epilepsy, I would not recommend going to see this film. I'm just saying. Now, that's what I liked. Stuff I did not like. The runtime. 2 hours and 16 minutes. This film is about a half hour too long. We get yet another race-swapped character, and that in the form of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. You just have to go back and look at the first comic of Spider-Woman. Does not look like the one in the film. I also did not like, whose story really was this? Part of the bloated runtime is you've got two stories mixed in here. The film starts off with a monologue, and the entire opening scene, which is about 20 minutes, is all about Spider-Gwen. It ends with a monologue from Spider-Gwen. And Miles' story is basically just repeat. Every exposition dump, which is quite a few of them, it is the same story of Miles Morales. I did not like the constant and consistent denigration of Peter Parker. In the first film, he's a loser. He's divorced from MJ, and he's fat. He's out of shape, and he's just basically just a loser. In this film, obviously him and MJ got back together. He's got a baby, which he's constantly carrying in his pink bathrobe and pink house slippers. And he's still kind of basically just an oaf. So, not a fan of that. Not a fan of these social messaging, which is littered all throughout this film. In one of the scenes where Miles and his parents are speaking to a college career advisor. Mind you, Miles' dad is a cop. And right on Miles' backpack, you see a patch. Black Lives Matter. You don't see a Blue Lives Matter. You would think he would support his dad. His dad's a cop. But no, we got this. We got in one of Gwen's scenes, it's hard to see, but it is there. There's a trans kids lives matter, which prompted a big TikTok and Twitter thing saying that Gwen is now a trans character. You all need to shut up. That is not true. Gwen not only is not trans, Gwen Stacy's dead. We have, when we go to India, the India Spider-Man, in his introduction talks about how the colonizers and how people stole their stuff and whatever. You've been an independent nation for over a century. Stop. We got Spider-Punk, who the minute you see him, he's talking about he's anti-capitalist, anti-this, anti-this, anti-that, anti-this. And it's also, he's used to cuck Miles, because he's mentioned a lot before we actually get to see who he is, and it's very implied that he and Gwen have a thing, if you know what I mean. And I did not like Miguel O'Hara, where he becomes basically another antagonist, and he appears, at least from what I saw, to be the metaphor for all the detractors of Miles Morales. Stop. So, these are my final thoughts on this. When I saw the first film, I got a Spider-Man story. Albeit it was a tokenized Spider-Man story, and if you don't understand what tokenized characters are. Eric July has a great video explaining that. I'm going to leave the link to that down below in the description as well. However, this time I got two stories where the protagonist has been sidelined to a side character, a bloated story littered with social messaging and denigrating the original source character. Hashtag Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And at the end of the day, it is these two sins that I cannot forgive. So out of 10, my final rating on this is a 4. But hey, these are just my thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say down below in the comments. Give me your thoughts. I appreciate those, and I try and answer every comment as well. Check me out tonight. I'll be over on Legion Talk. We'll be doing Game of Thrones Season 3, Episodes 9 and 10. A lot of fun. Probably will be simulcasting from my channel as well. Then also check me out, Roman of the Empire, on Thursday. We'll be talking about one of my favorite films of all time, The Crow. Yeah. Thanks for stopping, guys. Thanks for stopping by, folks. Before you head out the door, quick reminder, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. I will see you very soon, and have a great rest of the week. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking, and always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.